This
That
conference
you
will now be
typing,
recorded.
you were
From where
typing
you?
the temp something in the notepad. From that part I missed actually. After the
Here.
DML filing, yeah,
Yeah,
from that part I missed it.
this what I'm saying is, if the DML file is available, you can use this file name, right? What I told mdem command, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mdem command is like a DML file name and then file name, right?
Yeah.
If the DML file is not existing, right? Like a DML file is an external object, right? It's a separate object.
Okay.
Okay. So that means whenever you write a DML, right? So this can be directly, you can write it in the component. So if you are writing directly in the component, it's called say embedded.
Okay.
Okay. Or you can store the DML in the external file, external object that can be .dml file.
Okay.
Okay. So here itself, if you don't have .dml file, definitely it is embedded within the component, right? At that place, you take the DML and create a DML in the temp location for time being. Okay, to see the data, and then you can
Okay.
use this, right, DML for your random purpose.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what
Yeah.
we have written here. Okay, and next we're going with the next thing.
Sure.
Okay, so when you see here, right, MN and CO, you are getting MN or CO records to this output, and rest of all the records, they can be collected from the deselect output, right? Okay,
Okay.
so deselect output will have the rest of the records, and this is optional port, right? The way we are seeing here, do port is an optional, right? Similarly, deselect port is an optional port. Okay, and we can write many other conditions within this component. Okay, so for time being, let's say that I just want to run only these set of components. Okay, whatever I am highlighting, okay, I just want to see. Okay, so in that case, what you can do is, okay, you can disable the upper flow and then only simply make to run only the bottom flow, right? You can make it to run only bottom flow. Okay, so how can we do that? Okay, so what you have to do is, you select the components what you want to execute, go for debugger, select enable debugger. So now debugger toolbar is available, right? So yesterday we discussed about the file watcher, right? So adding the watcher and removing the watchers. And in between you can see one more, isolate the components. So once I selected the isolate components, you will see this part is being disabled for time being, and then you can execute so that you can see only the bottom flow will be executed. Right? So you're able to see, right? So only bottom flow is getting executed. So once you finished up your testing, you can remove this isolate option so that all the components which are available, they can be back.
Kumar, is there any difference between isolating the components and disabling it?
Yeah, definitely, right? So sometimes what will happen is, I don't want to make this flow of components to be enabled. That means I don't want further, right? I don't want further. Okay, so sometimes what I will do is, I will just disable the things whichever I don't want. Okay, so right click and disable. So this will never get executed. Okay, they have been disabled. Okay, let's say that for timing I am even disconnected and kept all this flow within the graph as it is, right? So these components will be existing, right? But they will not get executed. Okay, but I'll go with the isolate components, right, option only for the purpose of not running the sum of the flows within the graph, right? So when I test it, right, suppose I want to make some code fix. So I made the code fix in this component, right? I just want to take care of, right, the flow which is left to this, right, from where the source is read and where the outputs are written, right? I don't want to run the parallel flows which are available, just to test only my changes, what I made for now. Okay, maybe the upper flow and all, right, remaining parts of the graph might be tested in the previous development, right? So now as it comes for changes, it might have went with the changes whatever you made it now, right? So isolate is something like you will bring back, but disable is something like it's not guaranteed. So once you disable means maybe it's for the meanwhile purpose, right? You disabled and then again you'll be enabling, or sometimes you disable some of the components, further you will not enable it. Okay, so we will not be enabling it.
Okay, for like after disabling it, then saving it, we cannot able to enable it again.
Right. So disabling is something like I want to completely remove these components, right? This functionality is no more required.
Hmm.
Okay, I can disable it. Or sometimes, right, instead of using isolate components option, right, guys will be disabling these components by
Hmm.
disconnecting or right keeping the flow as it is, right? They will disable the flow.
Yes.
Okay, so like again, right, that will be problem if they are not again keeping back all the things whatever they made it, right? They have to keep the graph as it is. Okay, so we should not forget
They miss it.
right. We should not miss it, right? So we should put
Yeah.
back, right, all the flows as it is, and then you test it whatever you made the changes.
Yes.
Clear?
Yeah, Kumar.
Okay, and sometimes you can what we will be doing is, okay, so many of the components I change here and there in the graph, right? So what I will do is I'll cut and paste all the components and put it in some kind of subgraph, right? So you can go with the insert option, empty subgraph, right? Suppose I just want to mention like a scrap, right? No more use, right? We will not be using it. So just use it like a scrap or anything, right? Old graph or anything else, right? Any naming convention, and then this your subgraph. Okay, what you can do is, okay, suppose say this part of the, okay, let's say that, okay, this has been connected as it is, okay, and this has been enabled. Okay, so what I can do is I can cut all these components. I can select all the components, right? Control X, Control V, right? And then I can select again back all the components, close this window, and then keep it outside. And then I'll remove the component from here. Okay, whatever I don't want to execute further, I just remove it, right? So now this is the actual graph, right? You are making the changes. So this is no more use, right? So you can rename it like, right, description. You can rename it like old graph. Okay, and escape. If you're clicking on the escape button, then you should be out of this subgraph. But escape button will not work in this version. Just you close the right close button here, so the old graph is available, right? And this is subgraph, and this is the actual graph. So this graph, what you have to do is you need to disable it. Okay, it's not like, okay, keeping only in a subgraph, right, doesn't mean that it will not get executed. Even that will be executed if you're not disabling it. Okay, we have to disable it. So now this I will not use this further, right? In case suppose say I want to see something, right? Okay, before this graph changes, what is our code? Okay, how the graph design is, right? I would like to see. Then I will have this old graph. Just go and see it, how the flow it is. Okay, and then you'll understand, and then you can make any further changes here only. So this won't be executed, right? This has been disabled. Okay, disabled, won't run further. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I want to write one more condition to it, right? And condition, right? I want to write one more condition, and condition. So double ampersand I have to use, okay? And I want to write on the gender, right? So gender equal to F. So when you make a condition on the or plus and condition, make sure that you use the braces, okay? So to divide into separately, right? How the expression is. I want to make an expression using these two columns, right? So this is one expression and this is my second expression, right? So that means either the state should be Mn or CO, but the uncondition, this should be satisfied. So within this expression one condition should be satisfied, and definitely expression 2 should be satisfied. Okay, up to here it is expression 1. Okay, and then you go with expression 2. Okay, so within the expression 1, either the state should be Mn or CO, and then within the expression 2, gender should be F, definitely. Okay, if I want to comment out this line, right, just put double slash. Okay, so this is commenting out. How to comment? Commenting is nothing but single line comment. Okay, single line comment is double slash. Multi-line commenting is slash star and then start slash, right? In between whatever lines we have it, right? Whatever lines we have it, everything will be disabled, right? And whenever you disable, right, any code, right, in the current versions, you can see they will be existing in the green. Okay, they'll be existing in the with the green color font, right? So that means you can see this code will be green font. Okay, and remaining right expression will be in the black font.
Okay.
But in this version you don't see the difference, right? But I am saying about the current versions, right? So that you can see, right, at least this line will be showing in green. Why? Because I put this double slash, right? Even this line will be showing in green, right? So commenting multiple lines, right? Now if I want to comment out these many number of lines, I can use slash star star slash, right? So between these two I can make sure that I can comment out. Okay. Okay, you can see. So MN or CBO records, you can see, and gender is F. Okay, we'll have different records also where MN CBO, but the gender might be different. Not the female customers, it's the male customers. So you can see here. Clear up to here?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we'll see, right? Continuation tomorrow. And Sunita, yours is also, right? Windows 10, you told, right?
Yes, Kumar.
Okay. You want to, okay. Okay, but I remember that you want to install it once you're back to US, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, 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 fine.
Yeah. And one thing I want to mention, like tomorrow,
Hmm.
actually I'm traveling today from one place to another, and most
Okay.
probably if something gets delayed, I might not join tomorrow.
And yeah, I just want to confirm with you, right? Tomorrow 31st, right? So
Yeah.
would you be right able to join, or shall we meet it on first, right? To be sure. Jan first, Bindu,
Yeah, fine for me.
right?
Yeah, fine for me too. Yeah.
Okay, okay, we'll meet on first. Otherwise, any plan may come right in between, and you are planning, right? Okay, we'll meet on first. Okay,
Sure, sure.
Okay.
okay. I'll inform Bindu, right, to admin, right, so that you can have right installables on your email and instructions,
Okay.
right? So you sent me your email, right? You sent a test mail, right, for me.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Sunita, you also send me an email. If something I want to inform, right, I will drop an email. So
Yeah, sure.
definitely before joining the sessions, right, be check your emails, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'll send
Yesterday
earlier
I have
only.
sent, yeah,
Yesterday you send the email.
yeah, test email.
Uh, Bindu, you also sent.
Yeah, I've sent.
Okay, I haven't seen. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, I got Sunita. Yeah,
Sure.
okay, okay, we'll meet on first. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Happy New Year. Yeah,
Happy New Year
Same
in
to you.
advance.
thank you, same to you.